Thank you, and I apologize for the delay. I'm, like many, trying to cover multiple hearings today. So Senate Republicans confirmed RFK Jr., despite warning signs that he would put Americans at risk. So far, the deadliest measles outbreak in decades has already left 2 children dead. A serious avian flu outbreak has driven farmers to cull 30 million chickens this year and sickened 70 people and killed 1. Secretary Kennedy has fired the experts, peddled dangerous conspiracy theories, and moved HHS decision-making into the shadows. Mr. O'Neill, if confirmed as Deputy Secretary, you would be Kennedy's number 2 and responsible for overseeing HHS's responses to the public health crises. So I want to know if you would do anything to reduce the damage that Secretary Kennedy is doing. So let's start with measles outbreak. In just the last week, Secretary Kennedy has made multiple inaccurate claims about the measles vaccine. Meanwhile, under his leadership, HHS has censored CDC analysis on the importance of measles vaccinations, canceled research on vaccine hesitancy, and pulled funding that local health departments use to help parents vaccinate their kids. So, Mr. O'Neill, if confirmed, your job will be to advise Secretary Kennedy. So help us understand, would you have advised against any of the actions that Secretary Kennedy has taken in handling the measles outbreak?
Thank you for the question, Senator. It's lovely to meet you. I strongly support vaccines. I think they're the greatest
That's not my question. My question is, I've told you what it is. You've seen it. What Secretary Kennedy has done, you will be his number 2. You will offer him advice. And so I'm asking, what kind of advice would you offer on any of these actions that he has taken? Would you have advised against any of them, or do you embrace them all?
Senator, I was not involved in those decisions, obviously, but I support the MMR vaccine. I've taken it myself. I think it is safe and effective. I would recommend it to others, and the Secretary has done the same.
So you're saying everything that Secretary Kennedy has done in handling the measles vaccine and this crisis, you're fine with. Is that right? I just want to make sure I understand.
Senator, I think he's sincerely concerned about measles.
That's not my question. My question is, you okay with all this?
Sorry?
You okay with all this?
I think he's doing a great job.
Okay, that's what we need to hear. Let's do another. The avian flu outbreak is destroying farmers' livelihoods. It's jacking up egg prices. It's raising the risk of an outbreak in humans. Secretary Kennedy has fired the top FDA staff tracking the outbreak. He's canceled scientific meetings on preventing human infections, and he has suggested that poultry farmers should consider letting the virus, quote, run through the flock, a strategy that experts say would be a genuine health disaster. So, Mr. O'Neill, would you have advised against any of the actions that Secretary Kennedy has taken in handling the avian flu, or would you say on avian flu, you also think he's done a great job?
Senator, I've been following the avian flu outbreak over about the past year. It's been a significant concern. Lots of people are watching it. CDC is tracking it. Canadians are tracking it. The kind of thing that everyone is watching for that would...
My question is about Secretary Kennedy and the actions he's taken. I've just identified the actions he's taken. I'm asking you, would you have advised him to take any different actions than those he has taken?
Senator, the avian influenza strain that is prevalent currently among both domestic fowl and wildfowl seems to be optimized for avian systems. If it were to appear to have evolved such that it's jumping from human to human
none of this is my question. You are going to be there to be number 2 to Kennedy and to advise him. So I'm saying here are things Kennedy has done. I'm asking the question, which I think is perfectly reasonable, would you have given different advice? And you have told me on measles, you think he's doing a great job, which I assume means not different advice. How about on avian flu? You think he's doing a great job there?
Senator, Department of Agriculture makes most decisions regarding vaccination of wildlife. Of course, I will always give the Secretary, if confirmed, my honest, frank, and update opinion.
You know, I appreciate that you have done a great job of trying to avoid this question, because the one thing we're trying to determine is what kind of advice this guy's going to give, and all he can do is mumble around and say Kennedy's doing a great job. I don't think that's somebody who's going to help curb the worst risks that Kennedy is pumping into our healthcare system. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize.